dun, dun, hmm. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, what's happening? Okay, so it's on. So there's a bit of a delay, I guess. I was a little lost here, coming here. So guys, hope you're well. It's Friday, huh? Another week. Hmm. Another week in heaven. No, just kidding. So I have here questions, many questions. Okay, so just organizing, finalizing the organization of the cards. Okay, and talking a little bit about whatever written for today. Okay. So as you know, I'm going to keep repeating this for a little bit just because I know some of you may not have known about the whole thing. I'm not doing live comments right now. Okay, live chat. So it's live, but without comments. If you didn't know. Okay, and and that's that. All right. And so also let's just say, guys, I was thinking as I was coming on that it's been a week, okay, since I implemented this change for the time being, and I feel better, calmer. Okay, I feel like it has improved the quality of the live streams personally. And I feel that because, guys, right now I was thinking also there's so much instability right now, that it's important to feel like it's important to not be like overwhelmed. And I was getting overwhelmed with all, the comments and so many different directions that things were going. Okay, it was like I would get very, I don't say confused, but it was not constructive, I think, sapping energy. And also I think for the people that are watching, okay, many of you don't comment, okay, and I think it's better to not have comments, or to limit to specific groups or something like that, okay. And also, guys, as a growth thing, okay, I have realized that I can't change you, okay. I can tell you how to change, how to look up information, or how to not pay attention to fear, but I can change how you behave. So you know what I mean. So it's okay. I don't have. That's why I would repeat everything constantly, and it didn't work. I don't think it didn't work for me, and I don't necessarily think it didn't work for you. But that's okay. So anyway, so I'm just saying, okay, explaining once again why and no comments, okay, because we want to focus. We want to be calm with, as all of this is going on, okay. So it's, so that's why. And I know, I was thinking about this also, especially about the whole thing about Portland, right? There's stuff on Twitter about it. And I have a feeling, guys, and this is so interesting because it is something very shady that they're doing. But at the same time, I feel like they want, again, to create, whenever you respond to an image or an event or something with fear, you really want to investigate. And that's why I'm like, it's not that I don't think it is happening for sure. You saw that if you read the article in the Washington Post, they explain who's behind, what government organ they're sending there. But it's like, it's kind of interesting that I start to recognize these patterns of information warfare in a way. Like they want us to be really scared of them. Oh my God, like that's, and that's a strategy that the Trump campaign is pushing also, to like frame fellow Americans as enemies. Like, oh, and it's not either. We are clearly on the side of the protesters, right? But still, it's almost like they want to create this imagery, like, oh, look at them, like, like, to be afraid and everything like that. And that's why we want to keep some distance, okay. And I'm going to look into it, but just, with more detachment, okay. Okay. And also, guys, it's I've tried to not, I barely watch the news, and now I started to listen to more like the podcast version of the news. The news shows, okay, it's very helpful because the images can be distracting. But also, I just really read the news more than watch or listen. It's better. Okay, it's an easier way to kind of keep yourself out of like the loop, the craziness loop. Okay, okay. Because guys, there's like the news addiction. You know what I mean? All of those things. So so we want to move beyond that. You know what I mean? That's my goal here. Okay. Okay. So now you notice that I posted something else. A couple of you had a question about the Portland and anything, but I didn't make it the main, at least the main image. What I made the main image is this news from the UK, okay, that their own version of the Russia report is going to supposedly, we don't, hopefully Well, it said it was going to be released. It's going to be released next week. And Boris Johnson and the other guy, the government is freaking out because they don't want it to come out. So I feel like it's a really important thing, guys, this thing coming out, okay, in the UK. And I know there's some of you that they are in the UK right now. So I want to look into that because it's kind of this, as we know, these people are all connected, and it could be significant, okay. And so so just so you know, just for background purposes, this report was written a while back, okay, but but the government of Boris Johnson never allowed. It's kind of like Trump. No, 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 forget about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, so the whole thing, okay. So now it's about to come out, okay, and so we really want to look into that because it could be very significant, okay. And then I also want to talk about, just do an update on there was a hearing about the Supreme Court case on, I think it was Thursday. It was Thursday, right? Yesterday. And then today, the Supreme Court even went the extra step was it today, I think, to publish this thing saying to expedite it, because apparently usually Supreme Court cases, there's 25 days between the decision and like getting something done. So they said, yeah, just go ahead. This is not news, okay? We knew about it when it was decided, but just so you know, there's even an extra push, okay, to make it happen faster. And so I'll talk about the dates, okay. Did I not? I don't think I added the dates, but I know I think it's August 25th. That's when the judge issued many different, was just talking to the lawyers yesterday, and I think it's either August 22nd when the parties have to submit everything, and when something big is going, I forgot it. I'm sorry, I forgot exactly what's going to happen August 22nd, but by August 22nd, it should be solved, whatever that is. Okay, so they have to give their stuff by, I think, July. I don't know exactly, guys. Very soon. So they're kind of expediting it already. And I remember last time I looked into it, I said something about September. So it looks likely. So if they make a decision by August 20, you know what I mean? So it's moving. It's moving. Okay. Okay. So that's that. Now, just to mentioning something that I hadn't posted. Okay, I had not posted earlier. Two questions that I forgot to kind of bookmark, or maybe I did here, bookmark earlier, and it's about the hacking of I posted a thing about the Twitter hack, but there's another hack. It's the hack of the vaccination information by supposedly Russia into the UK, Canada, and US agencies that are not agencies. I think it's like those research facilities looking into the vaccination. Okay, so let me just see here that to make sure. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I didn't post it, but it was and there was a lot. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Okay, okay. So we want to look into that in addition, because it's also a big deal. Okay. Okay, so I'm forgetting something. No. Okay. Oh, and Brad Pascal, guys, they finally came out that they decided to demote Brad Pascal. People are saying, oh, he was not exactly fired. No, as I said, as I said before, it's too expensive for them to fire him because he has a lot of information on the campaign on Trump. Okay, so they can't really afford to make him really upset. Okay. And as you know, guys, I think the reason he's probably going to stay there is because he's making money off a lot of money. He's made a lot of money off of it. It's not as if, you know what I mean? Like, I think all those people are transactional. It's not as if like, oh, I'm I'm so sad, personally sad. It's everybody they all use each other. Okay. So it's kind of, it's part of it. Okay. So let's start here. Okay. Okay. So have candle. Today is day of candles also, but I've been doing it all all the time now. So I like to ask for protection. Beautiful red light, coming on top of my head. As I breathe in, I fill my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. Step into it. Step into it. I feel protected. Step into it. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources. That it create the good, and only the good, The good for the good people. The good for the good people. Okay, okay. So here we are. Okay, so I'm gonna start here with just Let's see. Okay. I'm going to start with a quick question that I posted the last. The first one is about Kathleen. Kathleen had a question about Betsy DeVos. And Betsy DeVos, I had read into this whole thing about the schools, okay? And I think it was Monday that I saw that I don't think they're going to necessarily, if they open, they're going to close because of the gravity of the situation, okay? But her question was, and if I recall correctly, I don't think I necessarily looked into that. She had a very specific question about her, which is what is her agenda? I had seen when I looked into that her thing was about businesses. Okay. It was about, the whole thing was about helping businesses. But I feel like she has a point. Like those people are so so scary, really, that it's possible that they, I don't know, guys. You know what I mean? This. I'm sure she wants to destroy education, but is there an ulterior motive other than helping businesses or like because guys, it's so hard to believe that. Not hard to believe. That's not the word. It's hard to fathom. Really, how could you? It's obvious that if you put kids in school, the infection rates are going to increase because even if they themselves have signs of infection, they're going to spread it to their families and friends, families, and so forth. Okay, so so it's important, okay, to look into this. Okay, so so tell me, what is Betsy DeVos? Why does she keep insisting on this thing? Clearly, is it really just a business thing? What does what is there no what is her agenda? Yeah, guys, I just feel like those, it's so hard to like, and I get a very bad, just like her energy is awful. It's just, I think it's like the image I got here is like it's like in the information is Darwinism. Only the strong. So what? Whatever. Are we gonna sit around and wait until they get something? I mean, we can't stop the country just because these people are just they want to go to school, whatever. So she, they and I have to say, guys, this is I have a feeling of sadism is like it's not as if they're like gonna be like, how many people died this week, but that they think it's irritating that people would even bother, like whatever. There's people get sick and so they're not gonna go to school. Is that how it is? So they live in that universe where, and also, guys, I see her. She's very like this kind of, you know what? She has that cult-like mentality. We talked about she belongs to this weird cult, okay? And so for them, it's like, well, whatever, the world's ending, who cares? Like, they don't really. They have their concept of magical thinking is the worst aspect of magical thinking, which is that they think that whatever happens is destined. They can't change it. Like, doesn't make sense. It's like, so when they wash their hands off of things that are happening, they could say, oh, but Jesus wanted this way, and or that it's kind of like those people that are not meant to survive, they won't survive. Like that's kind of like they wash their hands off of it, and that's they think it's a good thing. It's accelerating. I'm serious, guys. I wish I had some. I wish it wasn't as dark, honestly, even for me to see this. But it's like it's really the sense that if people die, it's a good thing. It's like, oh, it's just that we're lowering the number of people in this country. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, whatever. I mean, people die. I know it's kind of sad, but no, seriously. And I was listening to guys today with the podcasting because, by the way, I was listening to Nicole Kidman, Nicole Wallace. Okay, her show is at 4 o'clock. I was listening to it like 6 o'clock already on the podcast on the phone. So somebody was saying that how was it that she was saying that I wanted to? Yeah, they're talking. Oh, sorry, I lost. Okay, so let's just talk about the Betsy DeVos education. Sorry, did I lose? Okay, so let me just go back here to what she was saying. Talk about Betsy DeVos schools. Yeah, it's like this whole thing of their carelessness, okay, and their lack of regard. That they want, oh, this is maybe what I wanted to say is that if supposedly Trump, or this is probably obvious, right, that he's losing votes with women, they don't really care. Like, think about how crazy the situation is. They don't really care about the fact that that would like put, dealing with schools is going to affect women. Obviously, most women tend to be very involved in the education of their children in a way or another. Okay, so you're gonna really radical like what kind of you, I don't know, guys. I'm not a mother, okay, but I find I have a hard time believing that mothers would be like, oh great, he wants to throw me like my kids into like this disease that kills people. That's great. That's great. Sounds great, doesn't it? Like no, even if it's not like guys think about it, even if they're not worried about their kids, they're worried about themselves and the people that what I mean. It's like that they're throwing. It's like wow, guys, and that's when you realize this administration. It's like it's really sociopathy and sadism is at the heart of their. That's the only thing they care about. When they see people suffering, they retract. They like that. Oh, this is what I forgot to say. This is what it's coming back now. Is that they were talking about how I was a reporter who wrote an article. I forgot who his name, but he was saying that there's no they don't have any mourning events, that people are dying at like crazy numbers and nobody talk like we talk about it on the news, but the president is pretending like it's not happening. Think about how hard, how awful it is, guys. And that's why you realize that this is an administration that is about dehumanization. Is really like, even this is what is even shocking, even their own people, like even the Republican states, they don't care. It's like at the end of the day they don't seem to care even about their. So this is why at the end of the day, what are they prioritizing? Even by absence, what are they prioritizing? Other than corruption and getting rich, they are prioritizing suffering. Like really, guys, they're like, oh, people are upset, huh? Let's like let's ignore it. I feel like, guys, that's what I got from here from Betsy DeVos and Trump. Both of them have it. Say like there's really sadism. Like they enjoy knowing that people are desperate and suffering because and then this is, guys, something about fascism and historically, right? It's like all those governments like Stalin and so forth. When I told you guys before, one time I did a reading about this, like this mentality is that they enjoy when they see that people are suffering because of something they've done. It makes them feel powerful. I know it's very twisted and hard for us to imagine, but that's how it works. And oh, look, they have to know that if we do something, it could really upset them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And in the pathology of Trump, as he realizes he's losing, he becomes angrier at us. Even, guys, honestly, at Americans in general. I think. Okay, sorry, just checking if, as you know, there's no live comments, but you can comment on other, on the Patreon thing. I get notified, or YouTube. Okay, so anyway, so that's the charisma for my house. So that's that. That's the answer to what is the agenda. The agenda here essentially is that it's like this accelerate. What is it? What is your agenda, Betsy? Business as usual. She wants to privatize education, of course. So everything is about. It's in a way, it's still the same answer, just with a bit more depth. Okay, than the thing I said on Monday. It's like everything is about business for them. They don't understand the concept. They want to make people to be like machines. You know what I mean? Like, oh, if you don't survive, it's because you're not meant to be alive. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. So very nice. Okay. So that was that. Okay, no, guys, I'm almost scared to ask the question about the UK. Okay, but I'm gonna ask this because I know some of you might be awake in the UK, so I want to go there because if in case you are. Okay, so anyway, guys, did I not? Oh, that's right. There's a link here from the BBC. Okay, so it's about there. It's going to talk about the whole, what happened there. Okay, and what is the Russian influence? And we talked about this before on and off about how these people are truly connected to Russia, like Dominic Cummings and Boris Johnson. Okay, so first let me do the regionals and then the cards. Okay, so first of all, is it going to come out, and when it comes out, if and when it comes out, what will it say and how will it impact Boris Johnson and Dominic Cummings? I know it's very many questions in one, but let's see. Okay. So guys, and I have to, I'm remembering, like I've seen many dramatic things about Boris Johnson, but some of them didn't really happen, at least at the time when I thought they would. Okay, but I see this again, this image of the moon, and I don't know, guys, about the astrology of the upcoming days. Okay, but what I mean to say is that there's like this moon, this moon phase or the change of the moon. I don't know if there's. I feel like I read somebody saying that there's a new moon. Okay, so um, so yeah, so anyway, so that's why we already talked about it, right? But there's something, I don't know if it's like a new moon or I don't know exactly. Okay, it's not an eclipse, but it's something. Okay, so anyway, so I see this moon thing, and the moon it's showing me here that the moon is the idea, and that's exactly the meaning in tarot, by the way. But this obfuscation, partial obfuscation. Okay, and then the moon is like this, just like almost like a cloud going in front of the moon, and then the moon moving, and then total clarity, as if the moon was the clearest possible, very bright. And then the moon, the light of the moon exposes, and then it exposes right into Boris Johnson. It's like he shrinks almost, and he's like he's allergic to or scared of the light. Okay, and it shows, and then he's like, it shows that he's like, what's the word, controlled by these other forces, or like he's like, okay, okay, I'll do this, like he's scared. And then I see the guy going, the other guy, Dominic, running away in a car. Okay, he's like, I have to go, I have to go. And then and then he goes, and then and then he's like, you hear I hear the noise of the wheels, screeching, as I'm screeching wheels. He's running, but Boris is totally exposed. Okay, guys, this is so funny. And then I hear, this is so funny, this song playing. It's a Brazilian song from the 80s. It's called, the chorus of the song was like, nu, nu, nu com a mão no bolso, nu, nu. Nu means naked. It's like he was naked with the hands on his pocket. Okay, so it's like, in other words, it's like the emperor has no, the whole thing, emperor has no clothes, right? That's the expression. So it's interesting. Vale interesting. Vale interesting. I find interesting. I find it. So okay, so that's it. Okay, and but okay. So what's in it? Tell me what's in the report. And it's interesting. Again, points to the moon in the sense of the it's telling me here. Think of the moon as the agent of obfuscation and emotion. Mm. Oh, huh. Interesting. No, so, and it's saying, look back, they're telling me here, look back at the moons around the thing of Brexit when it first started and when he went, when they voted. Okay. So it's kind of like the culmination. It's almost saying it's a phase. It's saying it's kind of like a phase that where they took advantage, they created illusions and emotional, because a lot of this propaganda, guys, is very emotional, right? So they created an emotion to obfuscate. Wow, it's perfect. The whole thing of the Wondrous, emotion to obfuscate the population from what they really wanted and what was behind it. But it's like a drug in some ways, right? It only lasts so long. And so that's what it is. The effect is kind of like those fairy tales. There was some of them, isn't there, like some, the ones that, like, I think it was a King Arthur. Is it King Arthur, guys? I don't know. There was one. I don't remember what it was. I feel like I've seen a movie. Okay, so King Arthur. Let's see. Oh my God. Oh yeah. The Tragedy of King Arthur at Full Moon. Interesting. Interesting. Is it true? Is it true? I don't know too much about it. Is it true? Huh? Huh? Wow. Interesting. Is that right? I don't know very much. But that's what I think, guys. I feel it. Like the full moon. Okay. Is that right? I don't know. Let's see here. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Anyway, so I'm sorry, I have to look up. Maybe you know the story, okay? But that's what it's saying is that is the end of the reign of this fake person, okay? That's what it feels like to me, okay? Very interesting, actually. So this is it. The magic. It's interesting. The magic illusion only lasts for that. You know what I mean? They have this like almost like not a gate, but there is like a an arch essentially of time, and then the magic of moon goes away. Yeah. The magical illusion goes away. No longer, no longer interesting. Very interesting, actually. So, so it shows, and then it says, guys, oh my God, it's kind of like, oh my God, is again the image of, can I see Boris Johnson on like almost like a medieval, those wooden stages that would be like I don't know why he looks medieval to me, but like those like a stage, and he's wearing Pampers. Oh, baby pamper. He baby. A little baby. But it is very of baby. So she's wearing Pampers, but then guys, his hands are like tied with ropes. Everything is like, I don't know if he's like, those medieval it's not like that, but it's like it essentially, in other words, when the moon thing and when he's shown to be who he is, he's tied up, okay? And he's being pushed, like he's not in control of his movements. So it's like because it shows the image I see here is very stark in the sense of like no illusions, sort of like when you lose the emotional illusion, you lose like the bare truth comes out, and what it shows is this naked man with Pampers, and he's tied up, his hands are tied, and he's being pulled back. He doesn't have any power. That's what it shows to me here, really, that there's ropes, people are pulling the ropes on him. Okay, interesting. Interesting information. Interesting information. Okay, so nice, because I know heavy sometimes. Okay, so let's see what happens. Is it gonna first see the Caritas? I'm happy to see this. I have makes me happy. Yeah, it makes me happy. Makes me happy. Yeah. So what's happening here? Huh? 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 Okay. Wow. So let's see, Caritas. Okay, what's happening with this report? The Russia interference report in the UK. What is it gonna be released? What's happening? Oh no. Walking away, baby? Baby leaving, no. Not sad for him. Oh no, very hard for him. Oh. Lose the control, very bad for him. Very bad for him. So guys, but it's funny. It's almost like I don't want to get excited. It's just that's what it says. Okay, so and what's so weird? I noticed I had seen this because um I don't know. That's right, something on Twitter, and then I followed the guy, the northern British guy, Phil from he was talking about it too, but it's weird because there's not a lot of news about this here, and even in the UK they don't seem to be talking about it quite as much, which is weird to me, and in a way very significant, right? Like they don't, it's almost like they want to suppress it. Oh, somebody talking letter talking about the somebody talking about the letter from 10 Downing Street. There is somebody talking about the letter from 10 Downing Street. The letter said, Boris, you're a known man. You're owned by Russian oligarchs. The letter said, Boris, you are owned. You are a known man by Russian oligarchs. You took the money because you wanted. You wanted to be prime minister. You took the money because you wanted. You wanted to be prime minister. Boris, it's over soon. Get your yellow ass out. Boris, it will be over soon. Get your yellow ass out. Sorry, that was funny. Okay, so like what kind of person laughs at themselves? At their own joke. It's not sorry about it. Okay, so here, payments. False person. Do baby. That's a baby on town, the 10 Downing Street is got payments, got the money. He got the money. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So see, this is the money talks literally, and this is like also, guys. This doesn't mean that he decides to leave. It could cause him to leave. Okay, I don't want to get too excited about it, but that's what it is saying. Okay, so again, the baby and the house, but of course it's about the UK. In other words, it's stand down in the street and then losing control. Losing control narrative. Oh, really? Oh no. Okay, so okay. Inter- okay, sorry. The gift, guys, upside down. So again, this idea that there's some sort of shady payment over here, instability. In other words, it would suggest, okay, again, guys, letter, two letters for him, letter here. So there is, I don't know, guys, how it works over there in the UK. It could be, okay, this is if he could leave, he could, okay, it could push for him to leave. Okay. Now, like I said, I don't want to get too excited. I don't know over there how things could be, but okay. So let's see. Okay. Oh my God, again, the same type of card. This is the same, the gift card, okay, twice. Okay, so it's this payment. Guys, it's crazy, okay? Oh look, love is no, not love. People angry at him. Fake friend. Okay, the friend is fake. And guys, this is so strange. You know who I see? I see his girlfriend, the mother. She had a baby. Okay, I said before. I wonder if she's in the know. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Or she had a company or something. There is something here. Yeah, yeah. Truly, problems. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so this is very, very interesting. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so you see that's kind of, it's like, wow, it's kind of crazy. Okay, but okay, so wow, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to say, but okay. So now I have a question. Now I have a question about what happens. So quick. Now I'm gonna do quickly, guys, because we do have other subjects. But first of all, what impacts? Because what if it theoretically, okay, let's say, what if all this stuff comes out and he does nothing, like Trump, like what happened here? Like, oh, Trump was still there. So what impact? It's a different question. What impact will it have in the whole Boris Johnson government? Okay, and like for the public, how will the public react to this if they get to see it? Oh my God. Okay, so this is like funny. So I think Eva had told me, I believe it was Eva or it was Allison. I forgot. There's a woman on YouTube. I think her name is Allison. So either it was either Eva or Allison who told me about this that I guys, I totally forgot about it. Okay, when I had seen it, this was a long time ago, a while ago. The thing about Boris, I said that there would be a revolt, like a massive protest or something, and that's what I see now. Actually, I see these people so angry at them. What? Because people are turning. The people that turned against with the whole coronavirus response, a lot of people turned against Boris Johnson. Okay, even though he has a lot of, they have majority now, and they're very popular, much more popular than here, the conservatives there right now. So I see people getting so angry. The population, it's almost, it's adding in a funny way. It's almost like the biggest amount of anger comes from the coronavirus and the fact that all the crap they've done, but this adds to it. Like from my perspective, I would think this is more serious even. I don't know. Actually, I don't know that it is because people are dying. But you know what I mean? But it just adds more and then it creates this like revolt. I'm serious, like revolt. That's what it feels like to me. Okay. So what happens? What is the population reaction over there? Okay. Okay, so what is the population? Oh, look, interesting. Okay, so what is the population react? What is the reaction of the country? Okay, now this is the wrong focus. They're angry. This card, guys, interesting. It's sort of like the romantic offer that doesn't, like, it's a player type of person. So it's my sense is that they feel like they were fooled. They were fooled by this guy. He offered things to, oh look, the public, government. Okay. Ending. Buy trash. The public. Buy trash. Buy trash. See you later. You're done. You're garbage. Oh yeah. Boris, my family is dying over here, and you're taking Russian money. My family has gone through a lot. I've lost my job, and bloody Boris Johnson is out there flying with the bloody oligarchs. No, blood. Sorry, one mistake with accent. Okay. I can't take it anymore, Boris. I'm sorry, that was wrong. Wrong. Can't take it, Boris. Like he's like, but he's not talking. He's like, guys, I see the rage. Get out of there, Boris. My accent is off a little off today. The mixing classes not possible. You can't do it. You can't do it. So anyway, so they're and guys, people are angry over there. People got angry. They tell it like it is to your face. I tell like it is to your face. You got a problem with that? You got a problem? You got a problem? So, okay, so interesting. So here, okay, look, this is private meetings, okay, or what is it? Yeah, right. Private meetings become come out. They had private meeting conversations, right? So a lot of stuff, guys, come. Oh, look, a lot of money. There's just a financial revelations waiting. Interesting, interesting. Okay, wow. About the 10 Downing Street. Okay, so now interesting. Okay, then this is interesting. Shady meeting. Okay, so yeah, so the wrong strategy. So in some ways, guys, I feel like it's so weird. I don't know what's gonna happen because it's such a situation in the UK is extremely complicated. Okay, also in a different way because of the Brexit and all their economic treaties that they have been broken because of this. Okay, but what I feel like it's almost like suggesting here that it looked very nice. They seem like they were patting themselves in the back for getting Brexit, but now it's like once what's behind it is shown, it derails everything. People believe because the funny thing is people believed it. They actually believed it was going to be better for them, and they were manipulated so well. Okay, and it's like shocking to me, but they believed it. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like wow. Okay, so I don't know. Guys, like I said, I it's so interesting. But again, if I hadn't, if because the difference here, I guess, I feel like in the UK, the anger, just as the conservatives had this huge majority, the anger is so much more widespread against the government. Here it's like, oh, but para. But over there, they don't have Fox News because Fox News, they have these tabloids, but they don't have Fox News. So I think because there's laws there that protect the population from those sort of propaganda things. Okay, so it's just interesting here. Okay, that it's happening. Okay, so so it's very interesting, very interesting. Oh, so now what's gonna happen? Okay, so the guys, so show you how government ending. Yeah, really? Why? What happened? Oh, oh, I don't know, guys. Can you imagine? Okay, so now quickly, because we could be the whole day, but it's like I feel like it's like 7:48. I see it now, but there's enough time, and I feel like I've been uncovering it from my home. Yeah, it's like an investigator. Yeah, it's like investigating. Yeah, no, but I do research. It's not just like investigating. Okay, but seriously, now let's go back here. So, oh, okay, so I'm just trying to think here. Okay, guys, because I almost don't knowing what it will what something like this will suggest. How would the government allow for they're freaking out, guys. They forgot, but they may have a bit more independence than they do here. I don't know. So okay, but now quick question: A, what's going to happen to Dominic Cummings, and B, will it say anything about Trump or the U.S. and how will it impact the U.S.? Okay, so and then maybe let's start with this because I just said this thing. I was like, how come it's going to come out? Like, aren't they going to try to do? Is there like a bar over there? They're gonna, or not? Okay, what's happening? No, I can't do anything about it. Dominic, Dominic, don't you understand, Dominic? I have removed him from the parliament. He's no longer a conservative whip. Because this is, I told you guys, I listened to the channel of Phil. But Phil has an accent from the north. It's very hard to. I love him, but I love him. No, but he's like, hello, this is Phil. I'm here to talk politics. Like, I don't understand what he's saying sometimes. So he's saying that he was explaining that there's three liberals. How did you call it? What is the word? The party over there, labor people, and there's three of the Tory, the conservatives. No, I'm sorry, one conservative person, but then they kicked the guy out of the, how like the guy, he's very vindictive over, so he removed him as the whip is sort of like, I guess is my majority minority that is called the whip. So no, Dominic, I had removed him from the post, and he continues to want to release it. What can I do, Dominic? Have you got some poison of your own? there's nothing I can do, Dominic. And I see, guys, that creep Dominic. He's very creepy. He's very, well, Boris. The world will be shocked to find out the truth about where your money comes from, Boris. It will be very sad, I'm afraid. So he's like, he's like making him like, because guys, I seriously don't understand how that guy still is in the government. He seems very connected to the Russians. Seriously, it's kind of crazy to me. He's like, community. He's like, basically, he's the handler of, Boris Johnson, guys. I think he's in some ways, he's not worse than Trump, but I feel like he has nothing inside of himself. It's all about like, put me in. I need television. I need to be on TV. Here I am, Boris. Hello, everybody. Like he is like that. He's a clown. Okay, he loves. Oh, hello, guys. We're here in the pub having a drink, and I'm prime minister. Like whatever. Like he likes to be pop. He likes to tell jokes. He's a con. He's just like Trump, but he has even less of an internal compass. Okay, so, but in other words, I feel like this guy, the Dominic Cummings, he's more connected to the Russians than like the equivalent here in the U.S. And he is much more in control of he because he's the mastermind, guys. He's like, Boris, I put you in the government. You might as well do what I say you want to do. There's no choice, Boris. Boris, oh, look at the hair, Boris. No, there is no choice for you, Boris. You'd better do it. Huh. So so that's, I think, is a situation like this. So it's like the whole thing deflating. I hope. Okay, so now I saw the thing. Okay, so they can't. No, they can't. He's trying to stop. I don't think he can. I think it's too late. Oh, and then I have this bizarre image. Also, like it's like Boris as a this is giving, like, it's okay, guys. This is like a it's like a a baby being born, and he's trying to hold the baby in, and it comes out. I'm in labor, Dominic. Take me to the hospital. The baby's coming out. Take me to the hospital. I am in pain. So it's like the whole thing, but it's, imagine, like, he's a man. I don't understand how he can't obviously give birth, but it's almost like there's a huge baby coming out of him. It reminds me of Absolutely Fabulous. What's that? There was a line of Absolutely Fabulous. Edina, Edina, she was the magazine editor. It's like a TV show from the 90s from the UK. Uh, I was like, darling, there's a thin person screaming to get out of me here. Like, she was like, darling, there's a thin person. See, they were obsessed about diets. There's a thin person screaming to get out of me. So, so yeah, there's a time, but in his case, is a tiny baby screaming. He's already screaming, but it's coming out of him. It's kind of weird. So the baby comes out too big for him to hold. Baby too big. Yeah, too big, baby. Yeah. So, so, so that's interesting. I find it interesting, very interesting. I find it interesting. So, okay. So, okay, now what happens to Dominic Cummings? So what happens to Dominic Cummings? Okay, I think he's like controlling Boris, like from the back from an office, or calling Boris, and then I see, guys, this is I feel like he's talking to him as all of this is happening. He's trying to tell him what to do, and then suddenly the police is coming. He has like, hello. It's sort of like they caught. You know how there's the crime shows, like there's always like they tell the person like, oh, somebody's calling me. They kidnapped my child, and so okay, they put a thing on wire, not a wire. They record the phone, so that when the person calls, they can trace. That's the same feeling. Like they kind of know where he is, but it's sort of like, while he's, hello, Boris, I told you. And then there's like, oh, 1 second, somebody's knocking here. So they knock on the door, and it's them. I think he tries to flee, but he realizes they're coming for me. I'm the master of the puppets. I don't show. They don't see my face. It's an illusion. You don't see me. No, no. I'm behind the curtain. No, no. So he's like, okay. So, but guys, again, take it with a grain of salt, because it'll be so good. So good here. It's so good. It's not going to be as clean or necessarily as fast food. That's what I see. Okay. So wow, interesting. Okay, so next. So then what is the impact to the US? Is there a mention of Trump? What happened? How does Trump, okay, so uh, okay, so okay, so mm, oh, interesting. So then there's somebody, I think it's somebody from the, the National Security Council. Like it doesn't tell me who it is. It's just a staff person. President Trump, we have some news to report. Dominic Cummings has been taken into custody. The report has, it's like he's told of what happened. He's like, and he's like, starts shaking. Okay, but I feel like he's watching, very nervous, the situation. Okay, and then he eventually, I see him being told, somebody telling him that it's a private thing, that they're gonna, oh, he has just been taken into custody over there. Okay, so because he's been not monitored, is saying like there he's been monitored, and he was talking to Russians. Don't be nervous. They took him because he was talking to Russians. You don't have anything to worry about, President Trump, do you? You don't talk to Russians at all, do you? No. Okay, no. So so then what I also saw, guys, in the first vision of the series of visions about the UK, I also saw that as this stuff comes out, then there's a big hand, okay, that pushes away the Russians from the UK. So it could be, it could be more sanctions. I don't know. Things could change, okay? I don't quite understand, but I'm sure that if this stuff comes out, the next thing to follow, oh, this is important, guys. This is there's so much to say that I sometimes forget the other details. So I saw this, like almost like, imagine if like this part of the hand, okay, pushing away, like if here, how I put the cards, like it's something like a box, okay, like this, okay, let's say this, okay, I pushed it like, I don't know if you can see this, like the arm, this is like the houses, okay, the arm pushes away the box. So they sort of pushing away the Russian influence, or pushing away or maybe it could be sanctions, or keeping them away more, okay. But the other thing I saw, and I see that, and then after this image, I see the continent of like the continental Europe, okay? And then I see the big military presence, like in other words, NATO. NATO could move, okay? So we don't know, okay? But I feel like this could be okay, and it's telling me, tell them to calm down. Don't get stressed. They're gonna get stressed and anxious when when these big changes come, but it's planned and it's gonna be okay. It's just that this is a time, guys, of great instability, okay? And they're gonna try to distract as the stuff comes out. There's gonna be more like crazy information. They're gonna try to. I was saying, guys, is telling me here that they're gonna try to create stuff about They're gonna try to get. What they're gonna try to release stuff about Epstein, because they know that the public has a lot of curiosity about Epstein. So they're gonna try to release stuff to change the subject. You know what I mean? So it's part of like stuff like this, okay? So it could, a lot of instability. I know we've been talking about it, but that's what it shows, okay? But again, I don't know the time exactly or how, but that's here. That's what it's showing, okay? So this is interesting. Dramatic information. Dramatic. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So okay. So this is good. So I think for now, guys, I'm gonna close the window on this, okay? Okay. So okay. And if if you're in the UK and you have a question, just let me know, because I could expand on it next time. But it's just, I know there's probably a lot that I didn't cover, but I think it's important, again, because I do think it could affect us as well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 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 So okay. So next question is the other. Okay. Now let's move to other topics. Okay. So okay. So just quickly here about I mean, I'm going to go to the SCOTUS expediting the stuff about this happened on Thursday yesterday, and then today Supreme Court released a thing saying, giving the official okay to expedite this whole thing. So how are we going on that? How are we, is it going as planned? Okay. How's that going with this? Okay. So yeah, I feel like I see an airplane like kind of flying, it's flying, I guess. It's like, it's fast. And it's a weird thing, because I feel like Trump or his team are convinced that this is going to be, they just feel like they've never been in this position. okay, where they can't stop some a legal motion or a legal move. I think either, and I was reading the tweets or the articles about this, what happened yesterday, saying that predictably the Trump attorney is not very good, or he was not very well prepared. Okay, so that so 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 it's almost like Trump only works with people who tell him what he wants to hear. He never accepts the truth, or so if someone tells him, oh, you could, this, the case is weak, it's like he doesn't want to believe it. So the guy has been telling him all this stuff. Oh yeah, don't worry about it. But he's not, it's almost like the fact that the legal analysts were saying that the fact that he's so ill prepared, like that should tell you something. You know what I mean? But they just feel like, no, don't worry about it, we're gonna get it, don't worry about it. I don't think they will. Okay, but I see the essentially, maybe this is the airplane, and then they're coming in a truck underneath, so obviously the airplane goes faster. They're a little slow. Okay, and then I see like the explosion, like the thing explodes and it's it. Okay, so how's the speed going for this? What are we looking at? Okay, quickly, what's up with that? What's going on with all these legal, maneuvers? Okay, because now there's like, they have until August. Like, I guess they're predicting, not predicting like me, predicting like they have the date. I think the judge said again, August 22nd. So what's going to happen here? Hmm? 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 So what's going to happen? Are we close? Is it possible that we could be done with this by, let's say, September, mid-September, something, or how's it going? Okay, so let's see. Okay, what's up? Just because as you know, guys, that to me is almost like the most important thing. Okay, the stars, good for us, good for us. Yeah, so this breakthrough, an expected breakthrough, but it's the sword. It's like, I feel like you could say that it's something like it's not as fast as we want, or it's like it's like a breakthrough. But I think it's what we're living through now. It's, yes, we had a huge breakthrough, but now it's like slower. And this is financial, some sort of financial issue here. Okay, upside down is like shady money or stuff. So how are we going with that? Opportunity deal. Okay, change. Okay. Oh, it could be that that this is like the opportunity to kind of make an arrangement to make it go faster. Okay, this is a good change, positive change. Okay, so thoughts or ideas. Oh, ideas about changing fast. Okay. Oh yeah, prison. It's funny, these cards have been coming together lately. So they're thinking of the changes that could lead to prison. That's right. Oh yeah. Take somebody prison? Really? No. Why? President is very nice. He's very good president. He's not criminal. No. Okay, this is interesting. This is a little trip. Oh, look, this is the person. Okay, so legal fight. Okay, so. Oh, look, I got another card. It's not. They don't make a deal. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh no, let's cut this grass. So yeah, it's weird to me, guys, because I get a similar feeling here. Like, this is like sadness about the foreign country, and it becomes a disgrace. So I feel like it's almost like, I don't know, guys, who these people are, these lawyers, but I feel like it's like, I don't know. It's almost like they live in a world that they think they could change. Oh, it's an illusion. Oh no, Paradena, he's like Jesus. He could change the world. Like, no, it's not. He's devil. But really, like, okay, so it's like it's a naivete or something, and they can't. This is not, no. We cannot make a deal to stop it. No, no. Okay, so it's a disgrace. Go prison. Disgrace. Go prison. Waiting for president. Huh? Disgrace. Go prison. Let's see here. What else is there? Okay? So let's see here for the two sides: the side of Vance, the side of Trump. Okay. Just quick. So is it okay if I ask about it, because I'm this is like, to me, the most number one topic. until Terrestre goes is this information about the because it's going to determine a lot. Okay, so I need to spend time here. Okay, so let's see from now until September. Okay, let's see here the side here of Vance, the size of okay, so okay here. So until now, okay, now until September. Okay. Oh. So I'm gonna get the cards out and then do the thing, okay? Like this, okay. Okay, so this is actually really interesting, guys. So here is okay. I feel like generally, it's not that this necessarily means like what's going to happen to them, but the picture on each side. But generally, when the cards like it's not just about each one, but the group of the cards also tells a story. So it's all of this together. Okay, so just want to say here is this emperor. I always think of look Putin because of the headdress and that style of clothing. Okay. Okay, so then we have this starting to execute something. The stars is like getting what you want. The snake could be obviously about getting what you want about trash, but minor problems or some. Now here's the hope about or the vision, the illegal of the illegality. Now this is the woman, the brunette woman. Okay, usually a good person, and they're worried about the woman. But it could also be, guys, again, there's also one here on this side. I feel like it could be either, it could be Audrey, it could be A.G. James, could also be, I don't think Mary Trump on this side, but here we have the local enemy. Okay. Okay. And then the mob. This is the mob upside down, the crazy people upside down. Okay. So they have the information. Okay. And I feel like it's saying they have the information, the vision about all of them. Okay. And here we have now fighting division here and fighting for the money. There's a lot of fights about this money. And said for President, here's a card of election, okay? And the people that are friends with him who got his election, who got him the election. We have a letter, maybe is the document here about, what does it say? The gift. So it shows how the people, how they're fighting to kind of hide the people behind Trump, because they gave that the documents show, look, the document shows the gift of the money, and the money comes from the dog, which is the friend. So does it make sense? So the people behind Trump, and here's the military upside down. Okay. And then we have again the woman upside down. Now it could be many things. It could be like legal problems for Trump, or it could also be, I think in this case, that he helped attack our elections. And then I pulled another card to understand here. It's a woman absent, so it could lead to absence. Okay, so this, let's see here. Now we have the doctor, and then we have the loyalty upside down. So okay, so in other words, I think this, what it looks like is that this, there's obviously, this is a lot of legal fights, okay, but that they have they have the plan, they have the information about all of this, but what they're fighting to not make it public. But it will show again that there's money behind, the money that comes from the friend, and it's like quid pro quo money. Okay, shows that there's disloyalty, and there is that the Dottori also shows that it could be the recommendation, okay, of the professional person that they hired comes from like it's connected to trees. Does it make sense? It's kind of like, I don't necessarily think in this case it has to do with coronavirus. It could also be, you know, if we stretch it far, it could be like, oh, this could be that they would say, oh, Trump is sick. He can't be a government. He can't be in the government anymore. Like, I'm sorry, he has to go. But okay, so that's what it shows. I don't see. I just don't think that. I don't see how Trump could escape. Like, don't at this stage. No. Okay, so they're just waiting. I think again, this is just a clarification. You know, because as you know, I like to, you know, to keep it coming. Okay. Okay. Guys, you know what? This wasn't, as you know, I have a small obsession about this subject. Okay, but I something came up here in my mind, so I must ask a question. So you know that Glenn Kirshner, he posted a video. He said something like, you know, he said something like, okay, so yes, again, I guess the Justice Department said that the president can't be indicted. But you know what? No, he's like, oh, there's no precedent. He says like that. He's like, there's no precedent. But you know what? You just, when there's no precedent, you do it. You try it out. Okay. So you know, because guys, the stuff seems to be bigger than we think. Okay. All of this information that comes out in the taxes is much bigger than just the case of Stormy Daniels. It shows that it will link to the money that he received for elections. Okay, this is what the cards are suggesting. In other words, and then I'm thinking to myself, okay, could he then be indicted? Like, what are the odds that he could be indicted, you know, then? Or like, you know what I mean? Because, okay, maybe, because, you know, what if A.G. James decides to do it? Okay, I don't know. I'm just theoretically, I'm just saying, okay? Could he be indicted before he leaves? Because what I'm saying is, like, they're saying that it's not truly proven that there's a theory that, and he's saying, Glenn Kirshner was saying that they should push it to the Supreme Court then. Just do it. Like he's saying, it'd be nice, no, if it was him. Like, just do it. Just do it. You know, really, like, is that possible? Are they gonna go, just gonna, okay, just quickly. Once this the whole thing of taxes is resolved, guys, we have total, you know what I mean? I'm just quick, you know what I mean? Okay. So is okay, what's gonna, is it possible that he could be indicted, like, really, before? Just quick, okay? Or what? Okay, what's up? Okay. Could Trump really be indicted before? Uh-oh. See, I don't know. I'm just asking because I like him. You know, he's, and I know that, yeah, obviously it's very easy for him to be like, to be saying something like this because the situation is more complicated. But maybe a state prosecutor could do it. Okay, not because, you know, the just, okay. Oh, look, there's a woman here. Key. I'm a woman. I have key. I have key to trash. I take you to garbage. Your trash. I take you garbage can. I have garbage can. I'll take you now. Oh yeah. So, okay, here. Oh, look. Oh, yeah. The important lady. I take him. Here, trash. Trash, I take you. Take it to garbage. Oh, there's a man. True man. Who's a man? Oh, man of court. Oh, yeah. I take him. Ooh. Oh, imagine president. Here is hello, president. You have a car for you. Car goes straight to hell. Straight to hell car. Carriage taking you straight to hell. Yeah, right there. So, okay, so no, really. Okay, so here's the man of the court and the court lady too. Here, like, it's somebody legal job. Okay, this is the right. The right is like, it goes on a. I think it's like either looking at the foreign connection or he hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. Imagine we'll be singing this song, guys. So, okay, so interesting. Okay, so many people here. Man, a woman. Oh, guys, look at everybody's traveling. It's amazing. Even the COVID. Here's another, guys, look, the card. This is the trip, and this is for also another card that says exactly the same thing, trip. So now this, what's interesting, guys, is a card of the party, right? And we know Stormy Daniels, that would be like something like this. Okay, so it could be that the man who gave the money to Stormy Daniels on behalf of Trump is foreign. Oh, look, this is interesting. This is a hug, warm hug upside down. So not friend anymore, huh? Okay, so it coldness. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Tenderness is very interesting. Very interesting. So it's like we're not friending no more, huh? So okay, so yeah, look, guys, it's exposing the foreign person. Definitely, it keeps saying that the helper, okay, of the foreign person. Okay, look, the young woman. So that's it, guys. It could even, like I said, for some reason, I still think there's something in the Epstein situation. Okay, so is he going to be indicted before? Guys, you know what I'm getting this thing in my mind here. I'm saying they could indict for this case without it, like they could say individual one has been, the payments to the individual one. How they remember the whole thing with Michael Cohen. There's something here where they could indict the oligarch, whoever is behind there's more people than know. Oh yeah. So they could just name him on the thing. Okay, first, and then you know what I mean? And then slowly, okay. So yeah, so I feel like again, there is okay, so here just quickly what's fascinating here we have the money. That is the answer. This is the answer. Key is always a very important development, important thing. It connected to this man, and the man is close to the White House, okay, and then we have parties, and then the oligarch or somebody behind, you know what I mean, that has a lot of money, the shady money, and this is the man who paid for the younger, this is the domestic, somebody paid for the woman. And this is, guys, it's also interesting here we have the tenderness upside down. It could be, how they kicked Michael Cohen back to prison. Okay, remember the whole story. Guys, that alone is very illegal. Okay, you see that there was people online talking about how this was against his First Amendment, Michael Cohen. Okay, so they could not, they threw him back in prison, but I think eventually he may even come back again here. Okay, to say the truth. So in other words, the question was, can he be indicted? I think they're gonna move this case very quick. Oh, this is a guys one, I forgot which one of you was said something like, if there's an indictment, it doesn't have to be an indictment of Trump necessarily, but they can expose the truth on the, how when you read those indictments, there's a lot of information. They could still expose, according to the tax return on the individual one. Yeah, he received payments from this person and that person. Like they could say all of it. Okay, they could really say it without, you know what I mean? Because it's like the whole argument of Supreme Court was he's an individual like other people. He just has his name is individual one. Individual one. So so really, like if the thing proves okay what it was, all right. So I'm saying, okay. So this is it. This is where we are. Interesting. Okay, okay. It's exciting. It's exciting, guys. It's been so long, but okay. And I'm getting, guys, because okay, so I was like just checking here, so any comments or anything, but I was I just finished this section, okay, and I'm moving to the next section. I saw I've been thinking of the Portland question that I'm going to ask, but then I got this information immediately just now. It said, this is why they keep pushing the thing with Portland. They want, as Trump loses power, they want to feel scary. I can barely walk. I have brain problems, but I am very scary. I'm scary. I cannot do anything else, but I'm scary. I'm scary. So this doesn't make sense. The more power, the more like powerless he becomes, the more he wants to give the impression that he is all powerful. And that's why. But I did tell you this before, guys. Sit tight and don't pay too much attention to what he's, these things. I'm not gonna call it a stunt, because it was more than that. They are sending these people over there to Portland, but I don't know the degree of how much they really are sending, or how much the press, or like the stuff on Twitter. It's like they're trying to expand it to make it look a lot scarier. They're trying to do what they can, but it doesn't make sense. It's like the more they lose, the more they try to like dominate the population mentally by claiming they're, oh my God, I'm so scary. Look at me, I could do. And the more we believe it, the more, you know what I mean? He takes power in that way. But that's what it's saying. It's like as he loses power, as all this stuff is exposed, he tries to do crazy things against the population more and more. Okay, as if it wasn't enough what he's already doing with COVID. Okay, so anyway, very interesting. Okay, so let's see here what is next. Okay, I do think I'm gonna go to the Portland thing. It's a little scary, but let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so let's do the Portland. Guys? What is going on? What is I have here? It's the last item. Portland, Oregon. What is happening? Who are these quote unquote officers? And by the way, I had written the question, and then I looked. Oh, did I not link? Oh, I guess I didn't link. I looked. There's an article in the Washington Post that I read, and then this article in the Washington Post, it says, in a statement on Friday, U.S. Customs and Border Protection said its agents had taken the action. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, so that's that. All right, so that's who he was. But still, clearly, guys, to me it feels like it's people that Trump and Barr could control. So what is the agenda here? What do they want? And how, what's going on there? Okay. It's so strange, guys. I see that there's like, again, this image of the moon, of the illusion. And I see that they send these agents out there and they like to do like this to kind of look bigger. It's like, what's so sad is that the whole thing shows me the way I'm seeing these things. It's as if it's a set, it's a movie set. They know they're being filmed and they're doing it for kind of like on purpose for a movie. I don't know how else to put it. And I feel like they want to use it. You know how they say, "Oh, be careful of the democratic cities that have no order, they have no law." And so they created. And I told you before, there's something about Portland. I think there's a lot of white supremacists around there that they can kind of like create these like fake. This is why it's not that I'm saying that the people, the progressive people in Portland are fake. It's no, but I feel like there's a way in which they can create the perfect movie scenario. Like they can create these like, ooh, like that. It's guys, and it reminds me the whole thing that happened in Washington was the Lincoln Square. Is that Lincoln Square that the stuff that happened with the church photo op? Similar in the sense that they want to create. They can have a camera with just. It's like it's interesting. None of it is aerial. It's all from like. In other words, they don't want to. They want to show the thing. It's relatively small, but they want to show that they're all over the city. It's huge and it's everywhere. So they're taking over the city, and like people get everybody. They want people to be scared of this. Okay. And I'm not saying that they're not arresting these people and everything like that, but it's more like they want to scare the country and they want to go to Portland because of course Portland is a at least I know Portland as a progressive city, but I guess they can also have, it doesn't make sense. I feel like some of these protesters that are not left, the white protesters, okay, of Portland, some of them are doesn't make sense. To me it feels like all these people that are in this area, most of them seem to know that it's a ploy, that it's like how do you call it, like it's a movie, guys. Seriously, they want to create these images. They're very consciously want to create these images that is like warlike images. Okay, kind of, how like Stephen Miller, he was like, oh, American car, like they want to create this like dystopian, like, I mean, we are living in this, it doesn't make sense, but more like, oh, look at this war zone or something. Like they want to create this stuff, but I don't think this is what is interesting to me. I don't know that some of the people there that are on the street, they're kind of like actors, just like the police in some ways are actors. Does it make sense? Like it's weird, but it's a place that somehow they can control, and they could send the people over there because they have this like mechanics of the some of the population. But I think to me, it's not okay. So then the question becomes: are they planning? I don't think okay. Are they planning to send a military or whatever to other cities or what? They can't. But this is why they're saying that send this particular police to have more control over. But it's more like they want to scare people. They can't really do this, guys. Okay. And they're saying they also want to go, the news cycle to go back to the protests as being very scary. Look at these people. Look at them. We have to arrest them. Like this whole, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, it's like, it's very much about propaganda in some way. Like I said, some of it is real, but it's not, like I said, guys, it's not as if it's like they want, part of it is true that they're doing these things behind the scenes, but they're not doing it behind the scenes enough, because clearly they're you know what I mean? And if you look at the footage, it's very close. Like you notice how like in the real protests, they would shoot journalists and they would do all kinds of things. And in this case, they're not shooting people, the ones that they're able to photograph this. It's almost like, I don't know, guys. This is the thing. It's not, like I said, it's not that I don't want you to be scared about it or so, like, no, I don't want you to be scared. Bottom line, this is true. But I think you want to, when you receive, like when you have this gut feeling, like see an image and it's a scary image, it's when you feeling you have about it is fear. You have to step back and really think that we're living in an era of information warfare. So they want people to be outraged so that they can hide when they have these things. I think in some ways they want to create this narrative that there's like a civil war and all those things, while this other stuff is going on behind the scenes about Trump's finances. So the thing that you have to think about most of the like when you hear news that are emotionally, like most of the news we get, right, are emotionally upsetting, but you have to be smart about it in the sense that you have to stop and think, what is the most harmful thing for this government is the truth. Okay, so there, everything, I think you have to start thinking about the news cycle and everything is in the news as a form of like obfuscation tactics. Okay, and they want us to be afraid, they want us to be scared, but we have to remember this is almost over. Okay, and like yes, we're not like they have exploited every hole they have. They have some, like the Bureau of Prisons and I guess the Customs and Border Protection, they have these people that they can kind of like move to do something like this. But ultimately, okay, you have to like really think about what is the purpose of the, like every time you come across something you have to think, what is the purpose of this business? Is this about, how is this helping reveal the truth? Okay, so does it make sense at the same, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like they want us right, this is like it's a technical thing they're doing to try to make us like, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, so but remember, this is a thing, and when you see these things that are scary, send the light, send the energy, and be, try to be calmer. Okay, try to like, you know what I mean, because they're trying to do everything within their power to make us scared. And that's why, in a way, I think partially that's why I turned off the comments too, because it was like it gets to people, you know what I mean, and the anxiety and the fear, it's like you start sharing with others and then they win. Okay, you have to do everything you can to cut the energetic cycle. Okay, so because it's a dangerous time, but it's more dangerous when you repeat it, where you allow yourself to be kind of like to be transmitting this energy, you know what I mean. They want us to, they are kind of triggering people to get more afraid. Okay, okay, so now let's go here to the other thing. Okay, so this is interesting. Now let's go to the other question. So that's it. Okay, for now, let's see. um let's see here just quickly the cards. Okay, actually, just to make sure. So what's up with this? Okay, so what is going on there? Look, the crazy guy, instability. Okay, soon, interesting. The king, that's the stuff soon. Okay, yes, something else, something unknown, something coming out about Trump soon. Okay, so everything's coming out. So again, it makes sense, okay, in this, from this perspective here. Okay, so he, exactly, look, he's worried about what's coming out, waiting. Okay, waiting, worried from far. So everything, this is what I was saying, guys, behind the scenes, what are they really thinking about? The finances, the stuff about the Russian thing. Okay, so this is okay. Oh, look, the law against Trump. Okay, the law upside down, cheating. Okay, and the letter, negative letter. So that is okay. Oh, look, the military upside down. So that's right, they're kind of okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so that's right. Okay, so there, the stuff is being exposed. Okay, and so I think in some ways they want to, guys, it's really interesting, this, it's even this card here of the military and this, the stuff that's been going on for a long time, it's going to be exposed. But if you think about, it's interesting, the whole thing about information warfare and manipulation is about pointing, it's this technique, or like they say, look that way, look that way, and you're like, oh, look at that way. They constantly do this to us when something big is happening. So if you think of this person has a weapon, but like, look, it's kind of like, think of the of having a weapon or something violent and dark as a way to like guide us to it. So while all this stuff he's worried about, all this stuff, let's find something else to talk about. Let's talk about, Kanye. Like, Kanye he's already said he's not running for president, for like 5 days or a day or something. But that's how it's, oh, let's like some huge thing like this, so that they can. It's kind of like there's two Trump administrations, one that's doing this stuff like this, and the other that's doing the propaganda. And so, in order for them to keep doing this stuff behind the scenes, they need to entertain. This is sad but true. It's a circus. They need to create a circus, and that's why, guys, sometimes they say stupid things. They're not that stupid. They act more stupid than they are, because, oh my god, did you see what they said? Oh my god. That's it. It's a circus. It makes people like, excites people to keep like the news, the kind of thing going up while they do this thing. So that's why when something is really particularly shocking, that is not, that especially like this, like, it's, you know what I mean, we want to protest, we want to do these things, but you want to really when you, like I said, figure out where is this information coming from, who's pushing it, why, and you know what I mean. And so this is the form of obfuscation, I think, ultimately. Okay, so that's my sense. Okay, that's my sense about this. So it clarifies. Okay, so now quickly, I'm going to do the thing about the Twitter hack. Now that was really interesting. So they hacked some celebrity accounts. Okay, and then what Twitter did was that they shut down the account activity for the quote unquote the blue checks. Okay, so somebody, I forgot who it was, somebody said, oh, have you noticed how like no Trump's accounts connected to Trump weren't hacked. And the other thing I wanted to say, guys, is also that you know how Trump doesn't like Twitter because he is censored me. And I think honestly right now Twitter is the best platform because it's not like Facebook, at least. Okay, so you know, it makes me think a little bit. It's sort of like those, again, another like, oh my God, situation to destabilize, to create chaos. And that's why it's telling me here, yes, Rose, you're right. Like, you know, this is the time when everything is about instability, creating as much instability as possible. And that is the thing, would be news, oh, celebrities, this, you know, it would drive the cycle. Okay. So what was, okay, tell me what happened here with this hack. Well, what was it? What was the purpose of the hack? So, okay, so guys, it's two things. I see, and this is in the news afterwards, okay, that the hackers did something, they describe it as quote unquote social engineer. So what it is that they called Twitter security, and they were able to convince a person there to like do some, I don't know exactly understand how, this is what was in the news, okay, but what I see is that they're like, again, this image of the moon of the obfuscation, creating change, and so they're like pointing to this thing, okay, so oh yeah, like create this change. And also it's a test, okay, to see how far they can go with this. And it's saying that, you know, the Bitcoin thing was saying it's irrelevant. It was innocuous. It wasn't about promoting Bitcoin. It was just something that they would think it's unrelated, but it, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a signal. It's also saying like, of course, it's a signal of, you know, of like, you know, usually guys, this is, you know, there's some manipulation of the hackers a lot of times that they get paid with Bitcoin. This is true. So it's kind of like a signifier more than it's not really about Bitcoin. It's about changing this story, creating distraction and seeing how far they could go. And it's telling me here, guys, that the actually Twitter was able, this was a mistake, but they were very good at it, okay? But that Twitter contained it. It would have been like worse, okay? They contained it. So that's why they stopped the accounts so that it wouldn't spread. But I feel like they want, guys, because they're planning, you know, like I said, once important things come out, they want the story. This is why, guys, I say in some ways obviously we have to know what's going on, but at the same time the news is really a way to manipulate the population. Even for I'm not even talking about obviously we know that about Fox News, but even us, you know, they use it as a means to kind of control the news cycle and what gets told. Obviously this has to be reported and told, but it's very like timed to make people forget about certain things. You know, the Russia Taliban thing, the whole thing about Trump's finances, like, you know, they want quickly people to pay attention to something else, and it's always really emotional and intense. Okay, so okay, so especially like Twitter and like a lot of these social media companies that spread rumors and like, you know what I mean, that people use to spread rumors and like things that are kind of like half half truths, okay, like, you know what I mean, disinformation, stuff like that. So this is part of it. They were testing to see what would happen. Okay, so next. So okay, and then by the way, guys, as you saw, the whole Cloudflare is this company, is like a cloud company, storage, especially like images and stuff like that. Okay, so for example, I use this company called Canva to make the graphics for the live stream. it was down. So that's why I couldn't, because it was like, wait, weird. At first I couldn't go to Patreon, Canva, there was another one I forgot. I couldn't access it. So it's, I feel like they're testing, they're trying different things. Okay, so what, okay, they're trying, guys, because you know what I think, okay, and then oh, we have to go to the thing about the COVID, you know, how Russia supposedly try to hack all these labs to find out where they are with the vaccine research. Okay, because I feel like they are afraid, not even afraid, they're planning for the day when they're going to be exposed, and then they're going to try to screw up the internet. I told you before, right? Screw up the internet for a while. Okay, as a result, because because that's their one thing they have is the internet capability to like create what is it called, disruption like that. Okay, so I think it's part of like a plan they're testing to see how they're gonna do it. Okay, so next, so okay, so next, so then what am I, okay, so now, okay, I got some version, but let's do this other thing. Okay, so now let's go, this is a very big thing. Okay, so this whole thing about the hacking of labs in the UK and Canada and the US. Okay, so what's up with that? Okay, what happened there and why? Well, they're saying that they're saying here that they because I'm curious, even like why, well, this is like so awful, like everybody who's suffering from COVID, why would you want to like screw it up, or do something where either take information or saying that they would like to get the vaccine themselves first, and in some ways they would prefer to have it for themselves and then prevent the world from getting it. Okay, so if it's okay, so I think it could be, yes, it could be Russia, but I feel like it's more like they want to know what they're doing so they can copy it. They can copy the research and do it faster over there for them, but also kind of like sabotage, steal the information and also sabotage if they could. They want to find out, they were like looking for information essentially. Okay, and so they could kind of sabotage it. Okay, like I said, it's information for them, especially for them, it's power. So they would like to sabotage the research, but also steal whatever they have so they can kind of like get ahead in the illegal kind of way. But did they go far? No, I don't think. No, and I think there's very limited amount of like information on the things they were looking for. I don't know. And guys, this reminds me, okay, of like this is a known thing. When, remember how there was this doping scandal? I forgot. I don't. It was around the. It was like around the Olympics or something. There was like a doping scandal connected to Russia, and so the Russian hackers went to, I think it was Holland. I forgot, Belgium. I don't remember where. Something where the Dutch. That's right. That's right. Okay, so they went over there and they tried to hack this lab that was doing the doping. That's right. They were doing the doping testing. It was a medical thing. So they tried this is like, I remember this because remember I told you about a Bellingcat, okay, this website. So they had this article about how the Dutch caught these hackers, okay, and they were literally, guys, they literally flew from like some with a Russian passport from, I don't know, France or from other second country, and immediately their intel services were on to them, like as soon as they got off the airport, and they were following them. And literally the next thing they do, they rent a car and they go to they literally rent a car, go to the lab, and they pull out, like the car trunk had like these batteries. They were like, it's like they were essentially trying to hack the not the modem, is that right? Or the router, something. They wanted to, the network, that's right, they wanted to hack the network, get inside the network for these labs. Okay, so they were caught right there. They, like, the police was like, who's watching them doing this? And so that they showed, the photo they showed was the battery, so that they could create all these, do this, all of this with a car, so they could get close enough to the building of the lab so that they could get into the network. But the police over there were looking at them. Yeah, interesting. Well, interesting, I find, but interesting. So okay, so it was trying to do this network intrusion, and okay, so let's see here. So why are they doing this? Okay, so okay, no, right, like this. Okay, one sec. So why are they doing this, and did they get something out of it? Okay, what did they get out of it? Interesting, interesting. So here, the guys, this is really interesting. Okay, this is balance and this is imbalance. Okay, they want to create imbalance. They're worried they could be defeated. They want to cause defeat because you see what I'm saying? It's kind of like what I was saying about the other hack of Twitter, that they want to cause instability because they are afraid of what could happen to them next. So they benefit from imbalance. Okay, so oh look, oh my God, this is disgusting. Okay, so yeah, the news about the man coming out. Okay, oh yeah, and they go. It's a guys. The whip is aggression. So it's not war. It's guys. It's a different type of warfare. You know what I mean? It's not like a war, but it is kind of like, it's that kind of thing. Like you try to steal the information, you try to create, they guys, because it's similar to what Trump is doing. Like I was telling you, they want to create instability. They want people to be afraid of them. They want to create, they essentially, okay, the word I get used for them is like terrorism. It's a form of terrorism. Okay, it's creating chaos, disrupting things, making everybody afraid. It's a fear. This is their currency. Terrorism is really what they want to do. They want to destabilize the West and all of our, a sense of like that's kind of, and guys, it's kind of shocking, honestly, that they're not treated like terrorists, because that's what they are to me. That's what they are like. Okay, that's just what it feels like to me. Like, it's weird to me, right? It's not as if they're like, oh, we want to create. It's like it seems so petty, and like it's like trolling at a giant scale. Okay, and that disrupts a lot. Okay, so you know what I mean. So a fake friend. Okay, so the ass kisser. So loyalty, interesting. Okay. So, okay, so interesting. Look, this is like interesting. The fake friend. It's like and this could be like they have these their spies or assets, whatever. They try to sound like they're good people, and they want. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like the whole thing of the Russian assets, right? People like Trump, they get them, they get their buy-in only because they want something from them, and then they use these people as, you know what I mean, as agents for their agenda, whatever that is. Okay, so wait, here's the card. Okay, that one. Okay, so business partners. Okay, soon. That's it, guys. Look, again, there's an idea here that they could be soon. They could suffer from the consequences of okay, the other thing, like I said, of the information. Once this information comes out about Trump and also Boris Johnson, okay, they are expecting a blowback, okay, from it, right? So they are, in response to this, they are sick. Okay, so they're creating, a way to kind of make people scared. Okay, here the people that are sick, shady deal, people crying, sad. So does it make sense? It's really like, guys, can you imagine, like, this is like think about how awful it is. You want to sabotage a vaccine for something that would be so good for so many people. Think about, like, this is like really fucked up. I'm sorry, like awful, you know what I mean? So it's like it's like terrorizing the world, like putting everybody hostage. Guys, to me it feels like one of those, it's almost like 007. It's like these people are such villains. Okay, they're like our cartoon villains almost. They're like, they are there in their little mountain, like, the guy, what was it, Austin Powers, the guy with the thing, like, is that right? Like the media, remember this? It was just like those people are almost like cartoon villains. Okay, think about what kind of evil person wants to do that. It's like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted by them. You know what I mean? I'm done with. I whine. I complain about it all the time, but it is exhausting. Like those people trying to make life harder for everybody. Like make your life. I think, guys, it's fair to say they have succeeded in some ways in making the world more stressed, making everything harder in that way, stressing out everybody. You know, so that's the thing. So can I? It's like, it's okay. Good question. How are these people going to be stopped? Okay, how are we going to stop these people? I'm just like, it's exhausting, guys. It's so exhausting. You know this, right? It's not this news, big news. It's exhausting, though. But really, how are these people going to be stopped? Okay, how are these people going to be stopped? Okay, how are they going to be stopped? So now it's the division. So how are these people going to be stopped? I see the cutting the bank account. Like, no money. No money. No money atrás. No money. No money. No money. No money. So don't take their money, take the money out. Okay, I see arrests, but also I think some of these oligarchs, and guys, it's not that I'm like, it's not that I'm defending them, no. But I told you about the book that I loved about, it's called the Putin's, is that right? Putin's, the one about the KGB being in power. It's like in order, like, according to the book in Russia, like you have to be, they co-opt every single person in any prominent position. Like you can't, if you want to do any business at all, you have to be of service to them when they call. So they may ask for money, or they may ask for you to launder something for them. Like you don't, even if you're quote unquote a good person or have some good sides to yourself, if you can't be successful unless you are completely corrupted. So does it make sense? So it's bad because I think a lot of the Russians, like, you know what I mean, they may not have direct connect, you know what I mean? They're not necessarily the worst people. They may be punished by it as well. Okay. So, but then it's saying this is how Russia is eventually going to have to deal with them, with a class of people, those people over there, like, because they screw up the country. That's what it is. They screw up their own country, kind of like here. You know what I mean? Seriously, like, okay, so how are we going to stop these people? Okay, so, okay, now, okay, this is interesting. So, guys, you see this is upside down. Okay, so this is a card of like moving on. Now you see that they have these travel. Okay, people are traveling from shakier waters to calmer waters is like this. So they may want to travel, but they can't. Okay. Look, big mistake. Big mistake. Cannot travel. Okay. Okay. Then this is okay. See here. Okay. So yeah. So I think this is the restoration of like order. This is a feminine order, or like abundance. Oh, abundance. That's right. So you see what I'm saying? So taking their money. Okay, creating a balance by focusing on the finances, but they made a mistake, in other words. Okay, so here, look, corruption. And then my card is also the card of hacking. Okay, hacking. And this, look at this. This is a mountain. What is mountain? Blockage. Blockage. What is blockage? Sanctions. Okay, so sanctions. Okay, permanent. Okay, so losses because of sanctions to everything, to their, like, to things that are physical. Okay, to anchor, you know what I mean, to things that are anchored. Like, if think about it, if you have a ship, if you're a foreign person with a ship, you can put an anchor in a specific country, they're going to take away your anchors. Okay, so this makes sense. Okay, trap behind us. That's right, the hidden guys, they're going to have to do you know what it is. Okay, look, the gamblers. Okay, so I think they're going to have, you know what it is, there's a way to deal with this, is to reform the financial system, is to stop money laundering. That's it. Because guys, those people, this is, I think, in some ways why they are powerful, because supposedly, so according to this book and many other people, stuff you read, right, that the Russians are geniuses of money laundering. Okay, so if you stop money laundering, you can stop this. But a lot of people in many countries use the money laundering system to launder. It could be, Brazilian corruption or whatever. Like they need a scheme to move shady money around from all kinds of countries. So if you cut it off, you stop, it is hard, it is complicated, but it's not impossible. So they're going to have to do a real cleanup of the financial system, guys. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, they're going to have to stop this thing. They're just going to have, yes, stricter laws, but so what? Seriously, if it's not worth, like, I'm tired of this bullshit. Okay, I'm tired of this bullshit. Everybody is. Okay, look, the shady information, hope. Okay, look, that's right. Look, shady information. This Mercante is businessman. Okay, so there's a lot of this shady information. The Esperanza is hope. So in some ways you could say this is the answer, is finding the shady information on the shady businesses. The documentation, go by the documentation. Okay, so here it is. Sick agreements. Okay. Oh, guys, you know what it shows interesting? You know how this is a card of sickness, but also sex. Okay, so this is like agreements for a lot of money. So even those people that could be the Epstein, the people that are blackmailed, okay, they get them, like, they have a lot of people under their thumb, okay, for many reasons. And not just Russia, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a mob, essentially. So the way to get it is to put the sanctions. And I think, guys, sanctions is working, say, much better than blood loss. Because guys, okay, I'm sorry, let's get real. Look at Trump, look at them, those people. I think the Putin and also Boris Johnson, all those people that are okay with this thing, they don't care about human lives. Seriously, if that's thing, do you think they do not care about human lives, even their own? They don't. So to say, like, oh, to get people to have, like, when people die, it's like, it's nothing to me. Like, to them, it's nothing. It doesn't work. So the only thing it works is money. is getting their money, because that is the only thing that will stop them. Okay, stop them from like traveling here, and stop their money from flowing. So okay, so this is it. And meanwhile, they're gonna keep separating people, keep sowing disunity. Okay, so what can we do here? What can we do? Is there anything we can do other than voting right now, mentally and so forth? What can you do to stay grounded? Because it's saying the information space is going to be full of chaos. So try to read books, try to like detach from the news cycle, it's saying. Read books, fiction, so forth, because like whenever you're like exposed to it, like they want us to be like but it's a time of transition, and eventually things are going to get better. But this time is expect until trash leaves. Okay, and even a little bit after, a lot of instability. They want to create several competing narratives about everything, so they were always confused. Okay, so that's what's happening, guys. This is good. No, I like it. It's so interesting. These I thought it was going to be shorter after without comments, but I think I'm still. It's pretty intense. Okay, it's pretty intense. Okay, so that's the story. Okay, okay. So it's like a lot of information. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna finish, guys. Okay, also just sending energy here for let's see here for like 3 minutes of silence. Okay, I did the protection, but usually we do the thing on Fridays, and I don't have comments today, but let's see. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here. Okay, so I'm gonna send protection, like seriously, all those channels of disinformation and that work to the channels of obfuscation. Okay, here of candle here. This it? No, that's it. So the channels of obfuscation are weakened. The light is everywhere, and that it may shine brighter and brighter, so that the truth may come out always unabated. Okay, and that we are able to find our center at all times. Okay, and that to not be distracted or discouraged by the things that we see. Okay, you know what I mean, that the things that are in the information space. Okay, so that we may be grounded and trust, and again find the force within of ourselves. Okay, because like I said, we may be given a lot of false information. There's a lot, like guys, especially after the things come out about the Trump taxes. They're going to try to do everything they can to stop, okay, the stuff from coming out, but it's not going to work. But what they will do is that they'll try to still continue to confuse people, and until the thing ends. Okay, you know what I mean. So trust, and describe the things you want. Okay, because like I said, it's almost like you can't really. It's like, yes, I'm here, of course I always talk about the news and things connected to the news, but at the same time, it's a paradox, right? We want to have we wanted to have a limited influence on us, and to create a richer, not just internal life, but like let's say entertainment, or do activities other than the news, because we have been conditioned in some ways to do that. And now it's like the best thing to do is to, like, I mean, it's impossible, right, to just be like watching movies or something like that, where you're not really spending too much time until this is over. Okay, because they're gonna fight until the end. Okay, okay, so let's see, almost we have. Okay, so also a few more, a little more time. So sending energy to everyone who feels discouraged, but that we may also have the strength to look at how, so to stop the information chain. Okay, so that we don't get so anxious and fearful. Okay, and that we have hope, really always like looking forward to the future and turning off the present a little bit. Okay, okay, and again, working to improve voting. That's number one thing. And then also not get, that we can't get discouraged and upset, because that's what they want. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna go. Okay, and I'll see you Monday. Okay, all right, and have a good weekend. Okay, bye guys. Okay, bye.